Yeah, greatly, Namibia, we are very excited. There are quite good signs which are positive that the global economic recession is about to recover. I am here with about 23 major operators out of Namibia, and our pulse survey roughly indicates that they have actually gained and garnered new business opportunities. In fact, our national airline in Namibia has also offered reduced price rates for the month of June because we had a lower uptake based on the World Cup 2010 that will take place in South Africa. But Namibia is giving an alternative to the German travelers out of Europe that definitely we are open for normal traditional tourism business as normal. We will not be overcrowded as far as World Cup 2010 initiatives and drives are concerned. So we are very positive and upbeat that we will have more numbers coming to Namibia for tourism purposes.
So that is collectively, I think you're given a positive impact working with South Africa towards a positive World Cup tournament for 2010. And how do you feel involved with this World Cup tournament that has to do with Africa, not only South Africa? Because I think you play a great role as Africa people.
Yeah, basically, yes, we are equally excited, but we are equally discontented by the whole issue because we believe it was an African showcase. However, if you look at the tickets, we, as the rest of the African countries, coming out of a very emerging sort of market environment and economic environment, we would have loved a situation where South Africa should have negotiated for tickets, cheaper tickets for Africans to be able to afford. However, only these South African citizens are actually the ones who would be benefiting from cheaper tickets, and as a result of it, it is too expensive for us because we are paying the same fares as already well-developed countries, and from that factor, getting more spectators out of Africa, although we are a sporting-loving continent, we do not see much coming from the Namibian side. However, the positive of it is that because of the media that has actually been drawn to South Africa, we were able to use that platform to really position Namibia, awareness about Namibia as a tourism destination in the future, and that helps us. However, also equally around the time of the World Cup 2010, we as an African countries will have a SATAC village in Melrose Arch area where we will be showcasing our products. So that is also a side spill of positive effects that will come out of World Cup 2010.
Okay, that is great from Namibia. But what do you think? Do you think majority of African countries go about the same idea that has to do with the hosting of the African nation, the World Cup hosted by South Africa? What do you think about it? You think it's a major idea that all African countries are going along with?
Yes, of course, we had a huge summit in South Africa about 2 weeks ago, and generally the feeling of the African countries is that, of course, we would have loved to attend. However, the cost of the football match tickets as well as the air ticket costs, airfares have also gone up drastically. Rooms have been booked, and there isn't any rooms available. So from that perspective, really, there isn't. In fact, what we understood is that even these African teams who have qualified, there wasn't a much sales because the main channel of distribution of tickets has been an internet. However, when you look at an African situation, generally not majority of us are acquainted with IT. So some other option should have been made or provided for people to have access to buying tickets as well. So those are bottlenecks that actually has a very difficult dynamics in terms of how and how many Africans will be attending in South Africa.
Well, I think you have given me some important points to work on. But do you think there will be any possible means by which South African can negotiate stuff like this? Do you think there is a point? Do you think there is a way they can handle this as soon as possible before June?
Yeah, if, for example, they just have to assess the situation, how many tickets from Africa have been sold, which I believe there would be quite a lot that hasn't been sold, and they should just negotiate with FIFA and see whether they can have any price reduction so that there could be last minute, I think, sales taking place around the ticket issue, because we have almost about another 3 months to go, and I think that is more relative time for people to be able to take up these tickets.
Okay. How many interviews you've got so far with regards this exhibition?
Since the exhibition started, I've been very busy, including the FVW, which is the main trade fair ITB magazine. So we've been really having a lot of journalists that actually came to us and they wanted to understand more about Namibia to help us how best we can market Namibia. I think BBC World, based in London, I have discussions. They are going to give me a proposal. How should we try to market Namibia before, during, and after World Cup 2010? So we're working on those projects. So it has been quite positive.
Thanks very much for the interview. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. And I'll try to see how best I talk to the other African states. Thanks very much.
Thanks a lot. Much obliged.